Just to tell, if there is a question, tell these points. That's it. Okay. For ourselves, we need an explanation. That's the only important. Okay. That's for ourselves important. So we are splitting into 2 parts. One is interview question, like a question is what is a DHCP server? What is a DHCP server? Or what is DHCP? Tell me about DHCP. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, port number 6768. DHCP server assign an IP address to the clients automatically, or DHCP server configure IP address to the client PCs, or DHCP server give an IP address to the client PC, or configure the client IP address like that. One or two statement wise you can tell. But best one is assigning. Configuring means it won't go to that place, right? This is my client PC and I have a DHCP server. So DHCP server give an IP address to, not give, assign an IP address to the client PC. That's it, right? And so client get an IP address from DHCP server automatically. That is also good. Client will get an IP address from DHCP server automatically. So again, what is DHCP? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Port number 6768. DHCP server assign an IP address to clients automatically. Our client get an IP address from DHCP server automatically. Look at this picture. This is a DHCP server and these are the computers or devices. A, B, C, D. A, B, D are DHCP clients. And why C, not DHCP client? Because I assign an IP address manually. I given an IP address on my own. But A and B and C should get an IP address from DHCP server.
But even if we assign this IP address by our own, in that case also DHCP server assign IP address manually, or
If you are giving an IP address on your own, means manual.
yes, sir.
Or you want to assign manually, don't require DHCP server.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't require the DHCP server. You have a 5 computers in a simple LAN network, and you know how to assign an IP address.
Mm.
You don't require any DHCP server.
If in case we don't we don't know how to assign IP address, in that case it
Then
will
we
be
need a DHCP server.
okay, sir.
Then we need a DHCP server. Okay, very good. Good question it is, because that is the main
Thank you, sir.
explanation. It is, here it is, last 2 points you can see. We know we can assign an IP address ourselves. If you know the IP address, how to assign an IP address, we can do manually. We can do manually. Less number of devices, you can go to each and every PC, you can assign an IP address. More number of PCs are there, more number of devices, it is very difficult to go to each and every device to give IP address. There is a possibility of giving a wrong IP address. There is a possibility of giving a wrong IP address. While typing an IP address, sometimes people will do mistake. Okay, you know, in my lab also a lot of people, now we are in online, so we don't know what is the mistake people are doing. In general, in a lab environment, we are not doing labs, but in a lab environment. I said enter password 192.16. This is the, if I said like this, what people do 190 like this, they do mistake. So what happened here? it's a different network, right? You know, right one? So this is the class C. First three portions must be same, but this is the danger we done. Some people do very differently. 172, 168, like this. Some people do in 172, 16. This is okay. Some people do like this. So it is, there is a possibility of entering wrong IP. Possibilities there in manually. One or two, no problem. But for example, you have a 10 computers, 20 computers, possibility of entering wrong computer. Typing mistake problem. Conflicts. What is a conflict? Conflict means I have a two PCs, both are having same IP address. So now both are good. First one, second one is good. But now this is the problem will occur here. It means this PC IP address, this PC IP address is same. So conflict. So when conflict is occur, so both PCs cannot communicate to anyone or to each other or to anyone. No one will communicate with them. That is called a conflict. It is having two or more devices having same IP address. So this is the problem with the manual assigning IP. So you are assigning a manually. It means you don't require DHCP server. Means you must know how to assign an IP address, and if limited number of devices you can assign an IP address, no problem, but more number of devices increases difficult to assign. Wrong IP address means by typing mistake is possible, conflicts are there. Importantly, everyone does not know, this is the point I said now, these 2 points as you ask. Okay, these 2 points, your points. Okay. Now, not everyone knows how to assign an IP address. Next one is, if you change the network, if you are change the network, like I connected today, I assign an IP address manually. Tomorrow I went to office, I connected their network. They are using different network. Again, I have to change the IP address. Again, I have to change the.
So whatever IP address we are assigning, like we have to like it should be unique, or like we can, like in my home I'm using and connecting my PC and I can use that IP address, and in your home you are using the same IP address. Is it possible? Like
Because we
from
are in a
different.
private type IP addresses, possibility your IP address and my IP address is same.
Okay, okay.
Not necessarily.
That depends on like we should have different network for that. Is it?
Yeah, we may have a different private IP addresses we are using inside a home or office in our LAN. So I may use this one.
Okay.
I may use this one. This is a different network, and you may use another network. Like for example, one two, that is one dot. Right? This is something 18 dot. Okay. So network is changed. So, all are private networks. Maybe in your home you are using this network. In my home I am using same network. May not be PAL, but sometimes different networks. So compulsory check the current network. You have to change according to it. In that one also there is a small column is also there. Column is, for example, you have a desktop or you have a laptop. You assign an IP address to it like this one. And in my home also same network. But already in my home, already one PC is 112. You are also 112. Okay. Normally, if I'm not using 112 in my network, no problem. But both are having same numbers, then it is conflict. So I have to change You have to change the any one of the device IP address. It is like a roll numbers only. That is my self experience. My roll number is 402. My engineering second year, third year, fourth year, no ball. So second year and third year, fourth one, no ball. Okay. So first year, because I not done a first year. The first year candidate is also there. Guys joining from first year, second year, third year, fourth year guys also there. His roll number is 402. My roll number is 402. Initially, we are separate attendance sheets, no ball. But at final year, they combined all the classes together. No, now class A, class B kind of stuff. Now what happened? I absent, he present. So I got attendance, he got absent. He didn't write some exams. I paid a fine for that exam. Okay, it's a reverse order. It is happening. Okay, he is present and I'm absent. So he got absent, I am getting present. Okay, like this. So attendance manipulation has happened. Exam manipulations happen. Not main examination, only internal examination. Main examination, main code will be different. That is not manipulated, but this is manipulated. Okay. So that is called a conflict. So what are it is, guys? That is also one good question. So I have configured manually an IP address and I move my device to another network. So, but we have to better to check their network also. Network wise, both are different. Network wise, both are different. Network wise, both are different. You have to change your IP address according to it. If network wise same, you can connect it. If any conflict is occur, you have to resolve the conflict by changing the IP address. Okay, that is also there. But where are we last? Mike. Okay. I just muted again because I'm getting noise only. Later you can try. Okay, so what is this automatic? See here it is. Not everyone knows how to assign an IP address. You want to assign manually only means not everyone, right? How many CSC background people means computers background, IT background people knows how to assign an IP address? Even that people also very less, right? So nowadays, how many people are using computers, mobile phones, laptops, tablets, kind of stuff, right? And how many devices we can connect it to the network kind of stuff? Like now we are having a printers, mobile phones, TVs, smart LEDs, smart plugs kind of stuff, smart ACs kind of stuff. We are getting in our place, right? So it is difficult to assign an IP address to the certain devices like a smart printers, mobile phones, smart TVs, smart LEDs. LED light is there. You can control the LED light using your mobile phone, using through your Wi-Fi. It means yes, LED having an IP address. Okay, LED having an IP address.
Right. How can we check IP address of our network, like to which we are connected? If I want to check IP address of my router, so we have to check. Can we check that through our system?
If already configured one,
Okay.
already like my laptop already configured an IP address from my router.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then when I'm checking an IP address, if I want to know the IP address of my router is basically default gateway. Generally, I'm telling
Okay, so
default gateway. In a home, generally our router works like everything, like a default gateway, DHCP server, and DNS server also.
So from where can you check that?
IP address, IP config all.
Okay, okay.
You forget how to check IP address.
No, like system IP address I know, sir. But that network IP address. Okay, from here only. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
That's why I specifically tell IP address, IP config all. That is also good. Okay. Now you see,
From
guys.
this, which one is our network IP address? This one, DHCP server.
This is our DHCP server.
Mm-hmm.
This is our DNS server. This is our default gateway. It means this is my router.
Okay, okay. Default
Our,
gateway is router.
our router generally. Okay. This is
Mm.
my IP address.
Yes, sir.
What is my network? It is a class C IP address, right? So class C. This is the network portion.
Yes, sir.
As it is written here, this is my basic top. Yeah, very good. Okay, guys. So 2 points. Not everyone knows how to assign an IP address, and different type of devices are there. So that is very difficult to assign IP address. This is DHCP, dynamic or automatic IP address. It means you are getting an IP address from DHCP server, and your IP address will be configured automatically. IP address will be configured automatically. Okay. So now, okay. So use DHCP server to assign an IP address to the client. Use DHCP server to assign IP address to the clients. We are using DHCP server to assign IP address to the client. IP address changes frequently. So one thing is, when you change your network, for example, I connected my PC here, I'm getting this IP address. Now I went to office or some other person home like that. Okay, if I connected to different network, I may get a different IP address. I may get a different IP address. Next, in my home only, I connected now. Now my work is completed. I shut down my computer. Tomorrow I turn on my computer. I may get a different IP. I may get a different IP. So IP address. So in automatic, IP address will be changes while changing of network, or in the same network after certain period of time kind of stuff, the IP addresses changes. When we change the network, IP address also change automatically. Lesser possibility of getting a wrong IP address or a conflicts. If conflict is occur, it resolves automatically. Everyone not required to know IP address in a home. So how many people are there? Like not only a computer known guys, non-IT people are there, IT people are there, non-IT people are there. Lot of people don't know how to assign an IP address. So no need to teach them how to give an IP address to it. Okay, no need to teach them how to what is the network, what is the IP kind of stuff. Simply we are getting an IP address to our mobile phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, okay, and other smart devices like a printer, smart TV, smart LEDs kind of stuff. They are getting an IP address from DHCP server. Remember guys, in our home, we have a Wi-Fi router. The Wi-Fi router act like a DHCP server. Okay. And also we have a Windows server, Linux servers. You can use a Windows servers or a Linux servers to make it as a Windows server as a DHCP server or Linux server as a DHCP server to use as a server. But in a home, you don't, we cannot install separate server for your IP address, right? So your Wi-Fi router act like a DHCP server. Okay. So here in this picture, first one is your DHCP server, second is DHCP client. So in server, we are telling this is the range of IP addresses in this network. 192.168.1 is a network ID in that one. So from 10 to 110 IP addresses we'll give. It's like a numbering. So network is same like a APC came. I given 192.168.1.10. BPC is requesting an IP address. I given 11. And CPC is requesting, then it is I give. So CPC want asking. CPAC is configured with a manual IP. So no, DHCP server don't give IP address to CPC. Why? CPC is already configured with an IP address manually. CPC already configured with an IP address manually. So DHCP server don't give IP address to C because it is already having an IP address. And DPC is getting an IP address. So once it is like a what is a getting an IP address from DHCP is like you have a IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DCHCP server address, DNS server address. It is IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, lease obtained, lease expiry also you are getting. And it shows DHCP enabled. Yes, means you got an IP address from DHCP server. Manual IP address will shows DHCP. So manually configured IP address. I will show you here. You can see DHCP enabled now means this is configured manually. So this IP address is there, subnet mask is there, default gateway, and DNS server. It's not showing DHCP server address or lease obtained and lease expiry because it is configured manually. I have multiple adapters, don't worry. Okay, so understand DHCP server, guys. The router, your Wi-Fi router,
Hello.
act like a DHCP
Yes,
server.
sir.
You have a mobile phone, tablets, or a laptops or desktops. Get an IP address from your DHCP server, and that it is called a automatic adapter. So you don't require to know how to assign an IP address if you are using DHCP server. Okay, this is the main part. Second part is of DHCP is how we are getting a DHCP.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
So today is enough for today.
Okay, very good. Then I will tell 2 points. Then I will finish it. Yeah, okay, see. If you choose use the following IP address means you are configuring manually. You choose an IP address automatically means you want to get IP address from DHCP server.
Yes.
But as an IP address manually means use the following IP address. So it is a question how to assign IP address manually. Go to network connections or a control panel, network and sharing centers. There is an option called change adapter settings. Go to adapter properties, double click adapter properties, internet protocol version 4 properties. Select use following IP address and IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, prefer DNS server. There. So this manual IP address. Once click OK, close kind of stuff. You can check an IP address by double click open the adapter details. DHCP enable now, and there is you can see the IP address. You want to change it to automatic mode. Same thing. Double click on adapter properties. Select IPv4 properties. Obtain IP address automatically means you want to get an IP address from DHCP server. Yes. There is a 2 points are there. APIPA already I told. And how you got an IP address from DHCP server, that is DORA process is there. So that is, I will tell only 5 minutes is required. That's it. Originally big chapter, just to know what is DORA. Guys, already I told, remember always, server never give anything to client. We are all talking in a server to client. Server provide service. Server give IP address. Server give something. The client, right? Actually, no. Client has to request to the
We
server.
have to request for that.
Yes, very good. Client has to request to the server, then server will give. So here it is. The client does not have any IP address. He didn't give any IP address. Use obtain IP address automatically. You said to the your adapter obtain IP address automatically. You didn't give any information. Now you do not have any IP address. Don't have any IP address. First of all, you have to discover where is the DHCP server in the network. So client will discover the DHCP server by broadcasting DHCP discover packet. It will tell, it will send a discovery packet to everyone. Are you DHCP server? Are you DHCP server? Like that to everyone. In the network, we have a DHCP server or Wi-Fi as a DHCP server, Wi-Fi router as a DHCP server, or a separate DHCP server is there. Then DHCP server will respond like this. Yes, I am a DHCP server. I have an IP address. Do you want an IP address? Like it to broadcast with a DHCP offer packet. Okay. So DHCP client will take the offer and send a DHCP request packet. DHCP request, yes, I want the IP address. Sending a request. I want the IP address. Now DHCP server send an acknowledgement. So the acknowledgement will configure DHCP IP address the client. So means client will get an IP address like this. This side you can see. So you got an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, lease obtained, lease expiry, DHCP server address, and DNS server address. To simplify this process, only 4 names. DHCP process or a DORA process. DHCP use a DORA process. DORA means discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. So here this side, client discovers server. So client send a discover packet, right? Client send a discover packet. So that is the discover. Client, the client send a discover packet. Server gave DHCP offer. Okay, DHCP offer means IP offer to the client. The client requests for a IP address to the DHCP server. DHCP server send an acknowledgement to configure an IP address and lease period to the client. That is a DORA process. See the arrow marks, guys. Client first discover. So discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Client to server is discover, server to client is offer, client to server is request, server to client is acknowledged. There's a lot of things about a DHCP thing, and APIPA already I told. Okay, so know the APIPA better, at least some part of APIPA. So good. So like that, you will get an IP address using DORA process. So client, server, DORA. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. What is DORA? Discover, offer, request, acknowledgement. Client send a discover packet to discover DHCP server. DHCP server give a IP offer to the client. The client requests for a IP address to the DHCP server. DHCP server send an acknowledgement to the client. It's the simplest one. If in case I'm trying to get an IP address from DHCP server, but I'm failed, maybe because of a connectivity issue or DHCP server related issues, or maybe there is some blockage, something, there is certain problem. from my client to server or a problem within the server. So I am unable to get an IP address from the DHCP server. System automatically assign an IP address to the adapter. That is called a API address, automatic private IP address. When you see an IP address on an adapter that is called 169.254, the first two are 169.254, then immediately you can see it is API address. It's a API address, means the adapter is unable to get an IP address from DHCP server. If it is a physical adapter, then definitely it is a problem. Okay, so first of all, check, tap into DHCP server. Okay, so find out problem with your DHCP server or Wi-Fi router, connectivity, or some authentication related issues, MAC related issues, blockage, the DHCP servers, service related issues. Okay, so find out that kind of stuff and resolve the issues. First resolve the DHCP side of issues, then come to the client. So try to get a new IP address. If you are unable to get a new IP address again, or your old IP address is not changing to as per new network, or you are getting APIPA, still it is not changing the getting an IP address from DHCP, you can use ipconfig release, ipconfig renew. Release means removing old IP address. Renew means getting a new IP from DHCP server. That's it for today, guys. Okay. So thanks for waiting for our move. So that is a common time it is. So tomorrow we'll see the DNS. If possible, I will tell you some other kind of stuff. Okay. So DNS. If possible, I will tell some storage related or otherwise different topics I will touch. That's it, right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Stop recording.